We need a better stand than a Pringle can. Oh, I don't look quite as booby today. Have I lost weight over the weekend?
I think it's because you're leaning forward.
I think it's I'm leaning forward. I'm not going to sit back. So, hello. It's late. We know we're late.
Svelte. Jabba. Svelte. Jabba.
Nice. That's my boyfriend.
Love you.
So anyway, we're going to talk about Drag Race. Are we going to do them both in one video for now? Or do we need to go away and look up UK? We need to go away and look up UK.
Yeah, I mean, we probably should stick to, because we've done them all separately up until now.
Yeah. I can remember like 2 things about the UK one, which we will talk about. Yeah, I can remember what Bimini wore and how my attitude to Bimini massively changed in the episode.
I can remember the second bit. I generally can't remember any of the outfits.
Anyway,
we're
we're not going to do that one. This is going to be this is Drag Race USA. So basically, we just had a bit of a crazy weekend. So I'm not really going to apologise. The video's late. It just is, and tough. So maybe you're watching on a repeat or something in like 10 years' time, and I'm already dead. Who knows? So I just made loads of notes, and so they had 3 looks. I'm not going to go through everything. We'll be here all night.
We will.
So let's just look down. Joey J not getting the IV thing.
Oh my God, that was painful.
Because I mean, it was. How's the head?
Yeah.
Do you know? And for me, I mean, I remember saying to you when she came out that I felt stupid because she got to the front of the runway before I went, "Oh, it's poison IV. Look, she's got that poison."
To be fair, not as stupid as I felt, which is when she first walked out, and I started thinking, why is she wearing an outfit that's got leaves on it? I didn't even make the Ivy connection, never mind the fucking poison Ivy connection. And then I think possibly, I don't know when, I think possibly when she got to the front and turned around, that I had a penny drop moment and went, oh, poison Ivy, of course, and that's why she's on the IV. Yeah, she's been like horribly poisoned.
We believed it was intentional. So for then,
no,
the cat, not the camera over. Regular occurrence in these videos now. So for her to then not
did it at all,
and it not have been intentional, you have to then go, what the fuck were the leaves doing there? And they were nothing to do with the rest of the outfit.
Well, I think she got it because I think she did get it as an IV moment, but I don't know. It was a bit confusing because it literally turned into the how's your head 5 minutes of just constant back and forth with obviously this time it was Carson rather than Rue doing the whole sort of or possibly with Michelle, I think as well.
It was a bit of everyone.
But it was like literally just getting more and more painful with the lack of comprehension to the point where I think they even just went, you know what, let's just stop there.
Let's move on. You have to wonder how much of that is also on the cutting room floor.
Oh dear God, I dread to think.
Did it go on forever? Joey, if you ever see this, you're very pretty. Thank God you are. So, Denali, I've got a word I can't read, Cruella and Del Muerto.
Where's Denali?
Top line. I'm starting at the top, because that's how you read a book. Does it say dummy? It might say dummy.
How very Western of you as
well. I know. Yeah, being like born and bred in England, after all. So I think it might say dummy. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Can't remember.
Your bloody handwriting.
I don't fucking know. So the one thing I will say is we've got Untucked, and we've got to talk about Untucked. The Del Muerto thing.
Yes.
I did not realise in the main show that the eyepiece and the mouthpiece for the
were actually stuck
was
on
stones. I thought it was makeup. I think I find this a lot actually. Is there's certain detail in a lot of the girls' costumes that you don't see in the main show in the edit and under the lighting and what have you, that you see in Untucked because it's under this kind of harsh lighting.
Well, how many times have we debated the colour of an outfit when they come on?
Yeah, and then you watch Untucked and go, oh, it was
green.
Red. Yeah. So I don't think I gave Denali enough credit as I was watching because I did not realise the level of detail that was there. I just didn't see it.
Although we will say when she came out in her middle outfit, we both immediately pegged Cruella de Vil. As indeed did the judges, and again, pleasingly, that unlike what was to come next, because literally Joey followed Denali.
Yeah.
She actually did intend to go for a Cruella de Vil look, so yay!
Well done. Well done answering your own brief.
Jesus.
So then you had Joey in the Ivy. I've just written Ivy black and red polka dot. Then you've got Lalaurie, Bones.
Yeah, she had basically the bodysuit with the bones around.
Animal print. Yeah, that was quite nice. The animal print thing.
Yes, her business attire. It was quite African.
Yeah, that was
style,
nice. I liked
especially
that.
with the headpiece and the colouring.
And then obviously the paper bags that nearly sent her home, and rightly so. But I think, to Lalaurie's defence, I don't think she ever tried to defend it.
No.
She knew it was shit.
Yeah.
And just went, yeah, soz. That's the way you've got to approach this. Elliot was a gift bag, had a red suit, and there was a pink cow.
And I liked Elliot's stylings. It wasn't particularly groundbreaking.
We're not going to do them all, he says, listing them all.
But they worked.
Then you had Tamisha, who came out as the old bag. Nice pun.
Yeah.
Green shoulder. Oh, that was it. She had like a suit with like a green shoulder.
But it was very. You could walk into a store and buy it. That's the impression I got.
It's a bit top shop. And then what she ended up in. Simone had fun bags because she had fun bags. Shiny pink something and a red and white 2-piece. Oh, that was
the badly constructed one because she doesn't sew.
Yeah.
Surprised she didn't get red for that.
Well, she had red and white. Then Olivia was the punching bag. Now, why was Olivia not red for coming out in exactly the same outfit that Simone wore 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Because it was even down to the expression she was pulling. It literally was Simone.
I mean, to be fair, she wouldn't have seen the runway expression, but she wouldn't have seen the... I don't know. I just feel Olivia's kind of coasting middle ground.
Yeah.
And he's going to go far by being invisible. Blah, blah, blah. We always love Gottmik. We always love Gottmik.
Yes.
Who came out in the body bag, I thought was genius. I absolutely adored. The pinstripe silver thing, I didn't...
I liked
it. I didn't love it as much as the judges seemed to love it.
I'd be curious to see what Tom thought of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because we're doing this all on the fly, Tom's not with us. And then, as I messaged Tom over the weekend, we were going to try and do the video. Tom hadn't even seen it at that point, actually, anyway. So hopefully Tom will be back very, very soon because we love having Tom on these videos. We really do. And then, for Gottmik's final look, I've put silver black, not much.
Yeah, because it was.
Was that down the one side?
The one where she was running around in Untouched, being chased by the wasp.
We come to the wasp. Rose loved Rose this week. Didn't realise Rose was Scottish born. Actually born.
Yeah,
I should do the accent.
You really shouldn't do the accent. Rose does a better Scottish accent for someone who's largely grown up in the same. Basically, Rose kind of came across very much like, in terms of the ancestry side of things, very much like John Barrowman, where it literally can kind of interchange between
flip from one to the other,
American to Scottish.
Yeah,
depending on
completely
who they're speaking to.
Yeah,
but yeah,
bagpipes.
Liked it again.
Big Business. Dressed up as Bette Midler from the end of Big Business,
but didn't go drag enough for me.
Yeah, but how much do I adore that film? I came around the corner and I just turned around and went, oh! Because I knew straight away what it was. So it was obviously enough because I clocked it. But I think, it could have been more over the top.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is he's actually, dare I say it, Bette herself is a bit more cinched in the outfit.
Yes,
in
and
the
also
movie.
A bit more.
Yeah, so I think there was comedy. But I mean, again, if you throw in the three looks together, I appreciate it. And then there was like the fembot bag thing at the end, which I liked.
I loved. I must admit that was the killer look for me because again, it had the very drag hair. It was reminded me a lot of the fembot from Mars Attacks. But also very well in terms of the hair, I should say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not in terms of the actual overall look, but again, very cleverly put together because it's literally just bags cut in half, but constructed in such a way that as she moved, they actually did spin out almost like a carousel and it didn't get tangled. And I would love to have had Tom's input on this one, but that to me came across as being quite a technical accomplishment as well as being a very drag look.
Yeah, I would have said so. Yeah, I'm obviously useless, no idea, but I guess.
That's pretty much where I come in that.
I turned up a pair of my own jeans once.
Oh God,
it wasn't pretty. Tina. I just put brown for the first outfit.
I really don't remember.
No, I don't. But apparently it was brown. Then I put Miranda Priestley, which I kind of got but didn't put my finger on.
Yeah.
So basically there was something really familiar. I was like, you're doing something here. And I can't quite work out what it is. And then the judges said Miranda Priestley, and I went, yeah, of course it is. And again, love Devil Wears Prada. I should have got that. The fact I didn't, I don't know if that's my problem or the outfit wasn't quite Miranda Priestley enough.
I wouldn't say. I mean, obviously.
I mean, you've only seen the movie once, right?
Yes, yeah. But Miranda Priestley pops up in memes galore and all sorts of stuff. I would possibly say the difficulty with something like Devil Wears Prada is that Miranda Priestley as a character is obviously it's very vogue, very high fashion. So it's very easy to miss that just by being high fashion. And unless you're actually bringing the character, you are basically just in like a high fashion outfit. And I think that's why that didn't work for me, why I didn't get Miranda from it until it was pointed out by someone else.
And the final one, I don't recall anyone else making this connection, but to me, that was a trolley dolly. It was Air Hostess. It was Air Hostess meets Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
But I don't recall. Did anyone make that connection?
Doesn't ring any bells.
That's the first thing I thought was I wanted to have a trolley and be like tea, coffee, as Lily Savage used to do it. Candy, I've put Bag of Tricks. Oh, was it she like a magician or something in the first one?
Yeah, that was the black and white latexy outfit with the little, I think,
was it cat face on it? Pink bikini.
Oh, that to me was, and again, surprised she didn't get red for it. Perhaps there were just too many outfits, and it's something's on the cutting room floor.
Perhaps she did, yeah.
But it was just minimal. It was literally bra, underwear. And did she have a blazer jacket thing?
Yeah,
I mean, she'd done something with money.
And she had a blunt, didn't she? Thing.
Yeah, but again, didn't. Nah.
Candy. You want to take some inspiration? Find yourself a very old episode of Doctor Who called The Happiness Patrol, and do a look based on the Candy Man from that. It's the one that looks like Bertie Bassett. And then finally, Utica.
We're not going to talk about her school bags outfit then, I think.
No, I'll just skip that. Was shit. Because it was shit. So Utica came out as like the poodle.
Amazing.
Loved the actions.
Very high fashion, very drag, very comedy.
Yeah. Then that wonderful black and gold outfit that had the sort of
Chicago style, the Chicago bob, the big.
Well, I was seeing Annie Lennox again. I've got to be honest. There was something. I mean, I think it might be the face makeup, but I was definitely seeing an Annie Lennox connection. And then a fucking sleeping bag.
Yes, and that was
sleeping
amazing.
Bag.
That she turned into high fashion.
Properly tailored. Because you can't. That's not just sewing.
No,
that's not just fucking sewing. That's Savile Row shit.
Yeah.
Hell's bells. How the fuck did she not win?
Yeah. Utica was robbed
again.
Frankly.
When COVID's over at Utica, you come stay with us. We will treat you like the winner you are. We will tell you how fucking brilliant you are all day long. You can sit in that chair right there, and we will just fawn over you for hours. Because fuck me. I mean, don't get me wrong. We love Gottmik too, and Gottmik, it was a good winner. But it wasn't one of those really moments. But it was a bit of a moment.
And can't help it because you made the observation that because Utica comes across as bit more as like a weird / comedy queen.
Yeah.
Even though, and yes, she very clearly is, because that's her shtick. She likes that, but she is absolutely a fashion queen as well. She can absolutely nail. She understands fashion.
Yeah, and how often have we seen? If you look at it, how often do we see someone who completely, skillfully, artfully, and successfully blends two worlds like that go on to win? Sharon Needles, Sasha Velour, Evie Oddly. That's top of my head. Bianca Del Rio.
Yeah.
Complete and utter stand-up comic and hilarious and brilliant. And I've seen her live like 3 times and I fucking adore. But also really brings the look and the fashion. Yeah. And looks stunning.
Because wasn't she a seamstress?
I believe. Well? Yeah, I believe Bianca is. I mean, I believe so. It's Bianca. If she sees this and she's not sure, she'll fucking tell us. But do you know what I mean? So it's. I think Utica's really going to be one to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's obvious from the word go, but sometimes, you know, it'll fall down on a challenge because an acting challenge isn't there or whatever it happens to be.
I mean, we've had an acting challenge. She didn't do badly in that.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, I'm saying previously, when you get someone who takes off with like something as stunning as those kind of looks, but I'm trying to think of an example, but out of like 100 million queens, I can't remember right now, and I'm really holding in a burp.
On the spot.
Yeah, I'm really holding in a burp, which isn't helping. So there it is. I've still not remembered.
Now with added gas.
I burp in all our videos. People should be fucking used to it by now. Just be glad I don't fart. Actually, he should be glad I don't fart.
I'm unbelievably glad, especially considering what we've eaten for tea tonight.
We had sprouts.
And leek.
Oh, and leek. Yeah, sprouts and leek. God.
And beef.
Do you hate yourself? What the fuck? So, yeah, that's the challenge done. It still took us a quarter of an hour to go through all of that.
Yeah.
And we've done the Utica as well a bit.
We actually have a checklist of things we wanted to
We did.
talk about.
We kind of had a little, yeah.
And we've massively gone over that.
Untucked.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Most of our UK friends will not have seen Untucked because Netflix don't put them up.
Indeed. Until the end, which is, again, Netflix, fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
What?
It's got to be contractual.
Why?
It must be contractual.
It has to be.
Who's involved of that clause in the contract? Show them this video and we'll tell you now, you're a fucking wanker. So, it kicks off. Oh my God, it
Big
kicks
time.
off. Between Candy and Tamisha.
Yes, wow.
Wow. And the thing is, it's got to be like a 5-6 minute argument. At least. At least.
As it was so beautifully and succinctly summed up towards the end by Lala Ree, basically stating, well, that's this week's episode of Untucked sorted then. Because that's literally what this basically was.
But then Ree completely stole the moment because you have this massive, massive argument that then ventures outside for people to chat and cool down and then get chased by a wasp, which is hilarious.
Yes.
Watching 3 drag queens running around screaming and being chased by a wasp that the production team then highlight in a yellow circle so you can always see where the wasp is.
To be fair, from some of the
crying,
it looked like one of those big fuck off murder
hornets. It was huge. I mean, yeah, because you could see it on the camera. It had to be
at least
like my thumb. It had to be like my thumb. It's not. Thing is, I don't freak out around wasps very often. I turn into a tree because if you go, you frustrate them, and they'll come. If you do this, they take you. You just move slowly and delicately, and they think you're just a branch swaying in the street, and they fuck off. Old college counsellor of mine taught me that. She sat in her office just doing this. I thought she'd gone into Kate Bush mode. And then I was like, what are you doing? She went, did you not see the wasp? I was like, what wasp? She went, exactly, it went. So, I've done it for 20 odd years. No, it works. No. Actually, I don't know. Maybe she was. But anyway, but I've done it for years and it works. It does work. Because a wasp will get bored. You're not interesting. It'll fuck off. So, we go, running around the car park. And stamping little feet like this, like Gottmik was. The wasp is, oh, you're interesting. I'll come and talk to you some more.
To be fair, it did seem to be absolutely fascinated by Gottmik.
Yeah, she must be wearing something that was.
Well, yeah, because I wouldn't say the outfit itself was. I mean, I'm surprised it didn't go after Tina, seeing she's like, oh, yeah, she's a big
red
and yellow
like flower. Yeah.
It's like, fuck me, I think the mother load of this one.
But after all of that, and the argument still kind of carries on when they go back in the room because Tamisha did kind of kick it off a little bit.
Oh, Tamisha, absolutely.
Because it starts... Okay, let's just rewind. So it starts off because the queens that have been read on the stage come in, and the other queens have obviously had their chat. And I think it's Tina turns around and says, well, who do you think is going to be in the bottom? And Tamisha suddenly comes out with a kind of well, I don't actually like all of you, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that come from?
But I just want to say that I really... Because what you're all doing is drag and what I'm old school, this, that and the other. But it's like literally you didn't need that first sentence if you weren't trying to start something.
Yeah. We're not fooled. I'm the same age as you, bitch. I spot your tricks. So, I mean, fair play to you, because I wouldn't give a fuck either. But, but it was clearly, this is going to kick off some shit. I'm gonna get more screen time on Untucked.
It worked.
That's exactly what this was, and it works.
But you still both had your thunder stolen.
Oh, hooray! Because at the end, after all of this argument, Lalaurie just minces literally in the background. Well, I'm in the bottom, and it's hilarious. Completely diffuses it. God bless you, Lalaurie. That was fantastic.
And also, we just want to say, going back to the sort of main series, your lip sync was also fantastic. You absolutely deserve to win that.
100%.
No question.
Yeah. I was a bit gutted Joey J was in the bottom because I did like Joey J a lot.
Yeah, all right, Candy.
So I jump in. What's the problem? So
you like Candy.
Yeah, he's kind of cute. So fine. But
I'm sorry, you'd kind of jump in.
Well, obviously, if I was single and yada 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 yada, and the whole 6,000 miles thing might have a little to do with it. So, go on.
No.
Okay.
I'm just glad that came up as the last comment, not the first comment.
See, I knew you had something to say about it. I knew you had something to say about the 6,000 miles. I could just read it. So, yeah, so it was quite clearly a very obvious winner on the lip sync.
Yeah.
And
because Lala brought the comedy.
Yeah.
Brilliantly.
Yeah, completely. And I think, to talk back to when you and I said it actually as we watched, was brought the comedy in a level that was clear. And I think that was where Joe Black in UK Drag Race fell down, because he was very funny what he did actually, but it was possibly a bit too clever when there's someone else to watch on the stage.
Yes.
If he was on stage on his own and he was doing his own mime going down the lift thing, I think it would have been hilarious.
Yeah, totally.
But so it was a bit of a thing. So Lalaurie just fucking walked it really. But to be fair, I think she knew to pull something out of the bag.
See what you did there. I would also like to say though that certainly the past couple of Untucked, ironically, given it was an episode of Untucked that completely reversed my opinion of Candy Moose from how she appeared in the main show, the Untucked more recently are kind of doing the opposite, and it's basically get out of your own arse, girl.
Yeah.
You ain't all that.
Yeah, because like last week we had the whole, because I was clearly in the top. You were not. Absolutely. You were middle of the road, leaning towards the bottom if you're lucky.
Yes. If you hadn't done as well as you did in the acting challenge,
you would have been fucked. And to be fair, acting challenge was brilliant. But I mean, obviously, we've got a full. They filmed all this 100 years ago, and so she knows where her journey ends right now. We don't. But no.
And also, kind of bringing it a bit with this week's runway, and it's just like again. There were many queens that were better than you in the runway.
I've got one really strong bit of advice for Candy. Use a mirror and realise how shit your outfits are. She could have come over here and beat me up.
Yes. Or again...
Fine, come for me.
There's something I'd love to have had, again, I think especially with Candy, because obviously, we are not drag. We have the aesthetics we like.
Yeah.
And certainly one thing I've been struck with when we have had Tom on is for some of the outfits that we didn't like, what a different perspective he brings to it from an actual drag performance
totally. Yeah.
So I am perfectly willing to concede there is potentially a whole bunch of stuff that we as non-professionals, as it were, are completely missing when it comes to Candy's outfits. But
I think the main thing for me is, and the annoying thing is I kind of see more potential there.
Yeah.
It's almost like she has solid ideas, could pull them off really well.
If she had more skill.
I don't even think it's that. I think she sort of goes, it's like me when I fucking, because I can't cook or draw. I can't cook or draw. Oh, that'll do. Right? You know what I mean? And that's, I know that's something I do in certain arenas.
You can cook.
Well, lasagna's pretty good. But again, it's is it lazy? I don't know. I always say I'm lazy because that's how I just label it internally. I don't know if it's really. I'm just fucking lazy.
I don't think it's laziness. I think it's a certain element of this is as good as I can make it, so it'll do.
Yeah, no. Speaking of someone who does this, I get it to a point where it has, that will do. It has, answered the brief or what have you, and then go, fine, it's good enough. When I could make things better, you could always tell when I used to write radio adverts, how interested I was in the brief. If I was really interested in the brief, it was something that really excited me, and I'd got an idea that really excited me. I worked it, and I took it in all different directions. I did as much as I could with it. If it was like another bloody furniture shop or car dealer, got it to a point where I knew it would do the job it needed to do and fucked it off. Sorry, there was that cat squeaking in the background because he was ill last year, and now whenever you touch him, because he was actually in pain whenever you picked him up last year. Now he's learned that if he doesn't like what he's doing, if he squeaks, you let go. Well, we're not stupid. I was going to sit in the trainer. So I don't know. And to bring it back to what we were actually talking about, that's what it kind of feels like Candy is doing to me. Right. So I've got this idea of what this outfit should look like. I've put it together. I don't know which drink's which now. That was yours. Is it? Okay, yeah. Fine. Rather than spend the extra half an hour adding some touches that would make it really slick, actually, it'll fit me. I can go out. I can work it. It's good enough. Which
is ironic when you consider there are so many queens that kind of go too far the other way.
Yeah.
And get to that point and think, no, stop there, but then carry on, and you get the whole, less is more critiques then from Michelle and Rue, and learn how to edit and all of that sort of stuff. So there is definitely a happy middle ground in here. What?
So the cat's now got in a tray and he's sat with his face against the wall, sulking.
And looking at us.
Yeah, he's looking at me now. So yeah, if you take away one thing from this week, it's
Utica was robbed.
Go and find Untucked. I was going to say because I think Utica was robbed is something we're going to say a lot from here on in.